Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Alright, here we have the DTS Q180 FPV racing quadcopter from Zonda Hobbies. Let's take it outside the box. Basically, you will see the same thing like you have watched before in my DTS Q220 unboxing video. They pack the same thing. Everything is almost the same except the size and some of the hardware, as I mentioned. So first thing you see is a warning and a support card from Zonda Hobbies. Okay, keep them safe. Then you will see some cables. The next thing that you will see are some cables, Velcro. These are the cables for you to install various type of receivers of your choice. It's not a BNF thing. You will have to have your own receiver, okay? Remember that. Alright, next, of course, there are propellers. They give you only one set of propellers. These are 4-inch propeller, and the reason they give you only one set is because Zonda Hobby says these are indestructible propellers and they will not break upon crashing. Well, after seeing the crashes that I did on DTS Q220, I 100% agree and believe these are indestructible propellers. Trust me, you will not need any more propellers. They are not gonna break that easy. Next, we have some of the double-sided tape to install for the quadcopter. Should you damage the existing one on the quadcopter, which acts as landing gears, you can have you have a spare here, and you have a motor tool. You have the tubes to install the antenna cables. And wait a minute, I see one more thing. We have tweezers. Ow. Ooh. Aye. Ow. Ee. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Well, these tweezers are not for you to actually make your eyebrows. These tweezers are given for a certain purpose because a quadcopter is very small. Alright, so right after that we have a antenna, clover leaf, a right hand circularly polarized clover leaf antenna for your video goggles, okay, and of course the antenna for the quadcopter, right hand circularly polarized antenna is inside the box as well. Then we have some more accessories, tools, a rubber ring, etc., in this box, okay, and finally we have the DTS Q180 quadcopter. Alright, now if you're wondering what is the difference between this and Q220, well, let me bring the Q220 out and we will have a size comparison right away. Alright, here we have the DTS Q220 and this is DTS 180, the newest from Zonda Hobby. So now when it comes to the shape and the frame, everything is exactly the same as I mentioned, only the size is different in DTS Q180, and of course the motors, I mean the hardware has to be different to match to the size of the frame and the weight of the frame. Alright, in particular when it comes to the frame, it is a little heavier compared to the other quadcopters I have been reviewing on the similar sizes. It's a bit heavier, but I hope that the hardware is powerful enough to compensate with this weight. Now, the frame itself is very rugged, really tough, and I have had some bigger crashes, the biggest crashes I will say on DTS Q220, and I'm looking forward to even bigger crashes on this DTS Q180. I'm not worried about it. Now, as I mentioned, it is a bit heavier frame. Zonda Hobby says that you can actually shed some weight by removing these plastic parts from this frame. A couple of things that you can remove from this frame and shed some weight, make it a little bit lighter. Well, hey, we're gonna fly it just this way, and we're gonna fly it with a 4S battery, which makes it dangerous according to the company and their statement. So with 4S, this should have plenty of power to actually compensate for this weight. Alright, so motors are 2550 kV. The ESCs inside are 20 amp brushless heli ESCs. And of course the propellers I have just shown you, these are 4-inch 3-blade propellers. Flight controller running in this quadcopter is SP Racing F3 flight controller. FPV system installed is a 700 TV line camera and my favorite 600 milliwatt 5.8 GSZ video transmitter. Okay, so here is a little update regarding Zonda Hobbies DTS Q180 quadcopter. I have been flying it almost every day and tweaking PIDs to make sure it performs according to my flying style. Now, not having a detailed user manual does bring you good or bad surprises. In this case with DTS Q180, it brought me a good surprise. Let me show it to you. Now with most of these quadcopters, you might want to have an HD camera to record the HD footage of your flights. And that's what I was going to do right before the first flight, but then I found that on my live video, when I turned the quadcopter on my live video, it was showing me no TF card warning on the top right corner and an REC red letters on the top left corner. So I realized there is a built-in recording system in this camera, and that was right. So looking at the quadcopter from the front left, okay, you will find an opening there. If I zoom into this opening, you will find there's a TF card slot, there is an LED hole which is for the camera recording LED, and there is a small button at the bottom there. So you insert the TF card and there is a little lock here with the screw. You flip it down so the TF card will not come out in case of crashes. And then you press this little button down there and you will see a red LED will start blinking. That means the camera has started recording a 720p 30 frames per second HD video for your flight. Now you fly, you do what you do with this quadcopter. You go crazy and you crash or whatever, the camera will keep recording your video in 720p 30 frames per second. And you don't have to mount an additional HD camera. Now that was a good surprise for me because there was no user manual included with this quadcopter that actually says you have a 720p 30 frames per second SD recording included in your FPV camera. Now before you fly this quadcopter, you will have to install one receiver of your own choice or whatever you fly with. I'm gonna install something tiny like this, which is FreeSky compatible receiver. I was flying DTS Q220 with it, so now this receiver is gonna sit perfectly inside this quadcopter's tiny compartment. So this is your receiver space, so you will have to make sure you have a smaller receiver to fit in there. Alright, so this is it for the unboxing and a quick look at the quadcopter DTS Q180. Now let me prepare it, program it with my radio, and we will go for the flight testing right away. Thank you for watching the video, and thank you very much for your continued support towards my work on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel and stay updated for all the regular video uploads. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share the link over your social sites.